Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM. If you're interested in sponsoring my show, you can send me an email to the MikeWagnerShow@gmail.com, or you could also donate to the podcast. Just go to the Donate Listen site, and you can also donate whatever you like. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. For those who are interested, Anchor can give you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. We got creation tools, allows you to record and edit podcasts so it sounds great, and they'll distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Google, many more. And you can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app for free or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all you need. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Deezer, Stitcher, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderfully talented musician and illusionist from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's an escape artist, sideshow performer, and also a comedian. He's performed in New York, Florida, Las Vegas. He's appeared on CW, NBC, USA Network. He just has amazing stories to tell you, and this guy will just put on a show for you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before this guy disappears from your very eyes, lies, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate magician and illusionist from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Remy Connor. Remy, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, how you doing?
Abracadabra, we are here. Oh, we're just doing great. So you're a magician and illusionist and also an escape artist, sideshow performer. You're also a comedian as well, too. You've been doing it for a number of years. You performed in New York, Florida, Las Vegas, appeared on CW, NBC, USA Network. And, of course, you're well-versed in just about everything. And you also entertain to many people throughout the United States looking to do more. And before we get into all of that, tell us how you got started as a magician.
It's a really simple story. I got started as a magician when I was about 13. I saw David Blaine doing magic on TV, and the next day in school, everybody was talking about him. Figured if I learned magic, maybe I'd make some friends. I was practicing at like my parents' friends' party. I'd only been doing it for about a month, maybe a month and a half. And this guy, very drunkenly, tipped me $40 for doing magic for 20 years. I was big immediately, and I was performing ever since. Immediately started performing and working in restaurants, and yeah, just built my name from there.
Amazing, too. It's like you shouldn't turn a $20 bill into $40 just like magic like that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, of course, we talk about the one moment that influenced you to being a musician. Who are some of your favorite musicians growing up?
Okay, so growing up, I was always a fan of David Blaine. He had a very raw style where he seemed to understand that it was about the audience, not about him. And that's one of the important parts about magic. And because of that, it totally drew me into it. Another guy was Paul Harris. Growing up, he was a huge influence on me. He was the guy that was wandering the world as the homeless magician. And I got to say, I looked up to that.
Homeless magician. That's interesting. Is he like the godfather of the homeless magician or something? Sounds like he just created a new genre.
Yeah, I wish more magicians would take it that seriously. but he just always had this very free spirit, and that was something that I always wanted, and magic and him seem to be both of those things.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on David Copperfield?
I think Copperfield is great, was great. I think, I don't know how people feel about illusions anymore, the box illusions and all that. I guess people still like it. I know I still enjoy it whenever I see it done well, and he definitely does it well. I'd like to see where he's going to go and what else he's going to do now. I think it's incredible.
And I'm trying to think of a couple of magicians as well, too. I had a list of them, but, somehow at the top of my head, it just kind of disappeared, and I'm trying to remember one.
I was going to say, I have a guy that most people may not have heard of, but you could have. His name is Derek Delgadio. Yeah, incredible performer. And if you were looking for a magician today that I think is going to be the future of magic, other than myself, of course, would be this guy. He did something truly incredible. Actually, just won an award at South by Southwest.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And plus, too, you've also been versed in, aspects of magic as well, too. And tell us about some of the different types of magic that you're versed in, and what's the easiest to learn and the most difficult. Okay,
so I think, all right, I love all kinds of performing in the bizarre and mystery arts. I just always kind of loved it, the idea of not quite knowing exactly what was going on. So things like fire eating was a big thing for me in Sideshow. The human blockhead where hammer and nail into your nose. It's a lot of fun, and I love doing it, mainly because it shows people something that they thought was one way isn't. It's about perspective. The escapes I find are so much fun because those are plausible. Those have this feeling of adding reality into it because people look at you and they know it's not a trick. They know it's a stunt, but they know you're really doing it. And that's one of the things I love about the escapes. They do not feel fake or fraudulent. I think the easiest thing to get into, I'd have to say the Sideshow stuff. I'd have to say the Sideshow stuff. Yep.
And why do you say the Sideshow?
Magic has a very specific mentality. What's going on to you and what's going on to me are two completely different realities. And, of course, if you're an actor and whatnot, you're very good at being able to separate those and play your role as you're supposed to. But to get into it, Sideshow, the stunts there, you don't have to have that dual mentality. What you're saying and what you're doing is what you're saying and what you're doing.
Okay.
And then it shows you anything is possible. The first time that you take a flaming torch and shove it into your mouth, suddenly the world changes. Everything is different from that point forward.
Well, I was going to ask you to do a demonstration, but it probably it wouldn't be that good of an idea right now, or maybe you can just do some simple magic. I was going to ask you to do like a deck of cards as well, too, and trying to find rabbits is probably a little tough right now at this time. So,
yeah, playing card magic has been rather difficult at the moment. I would have no problem sharing you something. Maybe I have some matches or... actually, you know what? I will tell you. The quarantine has got me looking through all sorts of stuff. And I just found this. It's a special deck of cards made just for fanning. All right. And a fan, as you know, is just the spreading of the playing cards in a circular manner. Now, the reason that these are special cards for fanning is because the back design gives you this beautiful little design as you fan the cards. Of course, if you go the other way, you get a slightly different design.
Wow.
But of course, when you look at the front, it becomes a little different on the front.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah, so weird. It's like the dragon just poof comes out.
Whoa.
Now, course, there are multiple ways to fan these cards. Like, you could do it this way. You get this whole rising sun kind of look. I love the way that looks. It looks so clean. And then, of course, if you go this way, you get this whole night sky feeling with the blue.
Oh, my gosh.
But to be honest, those are the only ways that you could do it, which means that I'm done with fanning these cards.
And, of course, no playing poker, by the way, too. So
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
All right, great. So we'll talk more with Remy Connor and also being a little bit on the comedian side. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with magician and illusionist Remy Connor here on the Mike Wagner Show. He's also an escape artist, sideshow performer, and a little bit of a comedian as well, too. He performed in New York, Florida, Las Vegas, appeared on the CW, NBC, and USA Network. And you seem to incorporate comedy as well, too. And were you by any chance studying comedy or at one point wanting to be a comedian?
Yeah, growing up, Robin Williams was a huge influence on me. I was following a lot of his stand-up for debate classes. We had to do monologues, and my teacher was very lenient, so she let me do comedic monologues. And I used to always pull from old Robin Williams bits. Started following stand-up comedy and just loved it. Loved the idea of being able to get in front of people and talk.
It sounds like it, too. Maybe you can do some Robin Williams for us, too.
Ooh, wow. That's a little... I was never good at the accents. But I always think of his golf stand-up.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember Live on Broadway? Where he says,
Live on Broadway, yes.
Something along the lines of the Scottish, they could get so drunk they could wear a skirt and not care. Or how they could invent a sport like golf and whack a ball that goes in a gopher hole. Oh, you mean like pool? Fuck off, pool. Sorry, language. Straight stick, a little fucking up stick. I whack a ball that goes in a gopher hole. Oh, you mean like croquet? Fuck croquet. I put the hole hundreds of yards away. That's real fun. Oh, it's like a bowling thing. Fuck no. I put shit in the way, like trees and bushes and high grass, so you could lose your fucking ball. Go whacking away with the tired irons. Every time you miss, you feel like you'd have a stroke. Aha. Fuck, that's what we call it. A stroke, because every time you miss, you feel like you're gonna fucking die. Oh, wait, at the end, a little flat piece with a flag just to give you hope. But then I'll put in a pool and a sandbox and mess with your ball again.
Oh, that's too funny. And who are some of your other favorite comedians growing up?
Growing up, I loved Dane Cook. I grew out of him, though, as I got older. But I loved he was so explosive on stage. Always influenced by George Carlin. To me, George Carlin is the modern retelling of the Jester.
Uh-huh.
Right? The whole idea of the Jester was the only person in the kingdom that would tell the king and queen the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the George Carlin was that person, and he held up to it. And I think that's the role of comedians today. At least it's what they should be.
Uh-huh. Yeah, George Carlin was one of my favorites as well, too, growing up. And I remember some of his material as well, too. And, of course, you pluck jewelry from thin air, dance barefoot across broken glass, stop time on watches. And, I kind of left my watch somewhere since somebody disappeared magically and catch a rifle bullet in your teeth and escape from a straitjacket. What are some of the stunts that you've done? This is like, I would say, is maybe like the most challenging.
It's really hard to say because I always see a challenge as in something you don't want to do. But every problem that comes up is something that I love. Recently, we did a seance.
Uh-huh.
For me, that was totally a different experience than, the idea of getting into a straitjacket and escaping from an underwater. So challenge-wise, I'd say the most difficult things have been creating illusions for people. Something that's not the magician saying, look at how talented I am, but how can I use magic to make your life better? Because you have to take the unknown into account. When I do a straitjacket escape, I'm the one that's in the straitjacket, and it's always the same every time. But you may have come from a divorced family, while the person next to you may come from a together household but unhappy, while somebody else may be intelligent and somebody else may be a very good sportsman. It's very hard to take those things into account when you're not with any of them. So I think that creating magic that way has been the most difficult.
Right. And of course, you also read minds like an open book, and maybe you can do a little demonstration. And what are you currently reading my mind right now? Or what's on my mind?
I wish it worked that easily to just be like, hey, I know exactly what you're thinking. Because it's a little difficult. Mainly because, again, as I said, I don't know you don't know me. So we have to find kind of a middle ground. The middle ground would be we both have life experiences. Do you by chance have like a calculator or a cell phone near you with a calculator?
I do have a cell phone. Let me turn it back on, and I got a calculator on it. So I'll probably need about a few minutes here too to get it warmed up. So while we're warming up here, by the way, we talk about that since we're on the subject. First, you listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, and powered right now. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with magician and illusionist Remy Connor here on The Mike Wagner Show. He's performed in New York, Florida, Las Vegas, appeared on the CW, NBC, USA Network. He's also an escape artist, sideshow performer, and also a comedian as well, too. And, of course, right now we got the cell phone on, and I'm trying to find the calculator feature in these things. And don't you just love technology? I'll tell you that. So.
I actually really do love technology. Somebody asked me the question, if you could go back in time and tell somebody back then about what's going on today, I would tell them about the smartphone and the fact that we have something that fits in our pocket with access to every single thing the human race has learned up until right now.
And
whenever it airs, that'll still be true. And I find that to be incredible.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, speaking of smartphones, I do have a calculator on. So I guess we just go ahead with it. Yes.
So as I was saying before, you have your own life experiences. I have my own life experiences. And it'd be hard for us to kind of understand where we sit emotionally at things. But we both can understand numbers. That's something we both know. So we're going to pull these numbers from your life, though. It's not going to be one of those like add 2, divide by 7. I'm going to give you a number. It's all your numbers. You'll never say any of them out loud.
Okay.
The first we'll go with is the year you were born. Let's say it was 1990. You'll just type in 1990, whatever year you're born. Type that in and click add. So you're going to add all these numbers together.
Okay, I'm just trying to try and get rid of these ads on my phone here. So, okay, so let's do this here. So I will type in my year. Okay. Of course, I'm not going to show it to our audience too, by the way. So
don't do that. Keep it to yourself for now. The second question would be, or the second number I'm going to ask you to put in is, can you think of a year that something special or significant happened in your life?
Oh, okay, so I type in the year, and do I put a plus sign next to it, or just
add it together? So whatever year you were born plus the year that something significant happened to you.
Okay, I got that in. Okay.
Great. Now, can you do the math on how long it's been since then?
Okay. I will get that in here. So I'm going to hit the year I was born and the year something significant happened. I'm going to hit the equal sign. Okay.
So now you have a new number. Add the amount of years since then. Right. Oh. So again, let's say you typed in 1990. It's been 30 years since then. So
okay.
Add whatever number it's been since then.
Okay. So I'm going to add that. Okay.
Yep. And the last thing you're going to add to that number is your age.
My age. Okay. That is interesting. Oh.
Okay.
Too bad I don't look it. All right, and I hit the equal sign?
Equal sign.
Okay.
So now you should be at a totally random 4-digit number.
Okay.
You haven't said any of those numbers out loud. I haven't told you to type in any specific number. Those are all your numbers. I want you to just think about it. Think about the 4 numbers right in front of you.
Okay.
Okay. And that's kind of interesting. Does one of the numbers appear twice?
No, it doesn't.
There's a 4 in the beginning, correct? And that does not appear twice.
There is a 4 in the beginning.
Can you think of another number later on? Oh, did you get to a 3? Is there a 3 there?
Yes, there is.
But that's not the next number. That was the number you were thinking of later. I think after that, maybe you're thinking of a 9?
No, but close.
Is the number 4039?
403, you're close. Wait, whoops, it blacked out on me. So unless I added wrong, okay, I'm back to my screen. I got it at 4037, but you're close, and I think you read it right. That's good.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
That is amazing. Are you making everybody do that on their smartphones at your shows?
Sometimes. It's actually more something I do one-on-one afterward when somebody comes up after. They said, hey, let me do something. I want you to read my mind. I try to do that more on the one-on-one side of things.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. And you did some great work in New York, Florida, Las Vegas. You also been on CW, NBC, USA Network. And tell us about your experiences in New York as well.
So New York, I was actually born up there. And then my mentor, Simon Lovell, lived there. So I spent a lot of time walking around with him. He was actually the guy who got me the connection for the CW. He was the leading criminal consultant on White Collar. Uh-huh. And he and I got to do a pickpocketing scene together. We were choreographing how to pickpocket somebody whilst sitting next to them.
Really?
Which, logistically, as a pickpocket, is a freaking nightmare. It's the worst place you want to be.
And of course, you're in the Soho as well too, very popular. And you also been in Florida as well too, like in Coral Gables, Wynwood. You played at a couple of fests. And tell us about your ventures in Florida, especially with you in Fort Lauderdale.
Ooh, so I got it. Fort Lauderdale and just South Florida as a whole is so much fun because it's where everybody comes a vacation to. So every celebrity party, every major movie that films on a beach, they're coming here. And I get to be a part of a lot of those parties. Super Bowl weekend was so much fun because the celebrity list that I had from that weekend was just great.
That is amazing. And talking about Super Bowl as well, too, did they have you predict who was going to win the Super Bowl?
No, nobody was really worried about that this year.
It's like, let us choose for a change. Unless it's Tom Brady and the Patriots back then, everybody's putting their money on Tom Brady in Tampa Bay this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless they're betting on the Patriots again, little do they know that Brady went south next to you guys. So,
Brady's moving.
Yeah, I know. That's what they're saying. But when I heard talk about that, you also been in Las Vegas, and tell us about some of those appearances. And after Las Vegas, where else did you appear in the United States?
Ooh, so Vegas, New York will always be my heart. It's my favorite city on the planet, just the entire state actually as a whole. But Vegas was where I learned who I was. I was homeless in Vegas for about 6 months performing on the streets, and you find out who you are very, very quickly in that kind of scenario. And I absolutely loved it. It was the best time of my life. That is actually where it built up that I started performing in some of the casinos over there, doing some walk-around events. And that was one of the places that started really building my name. So Vegas, for me, it's always going to be associated with very fond memories.
Very nice. What was your favorite casino?
New York.
Ah.
New York. I would sit outside of the Times Square piano bar, get a slice of pizza, and sit and listen to the dueling pianos and watch people go by and do magic for people as they would walk in and out of that bar. It was amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah, you also been on TV too, CW Channel, NBC, USA Network. You can tell us about some of those.
Sure. Let's see. So CW got me a few different things. One of the things I loved doing was vacation creation, which was putting me onto a cruise ship performing and then going on to a few different places throughout Europe. And we had a ton of fun getting through the different countries. We got to go to Germany, Finland, Estonia, Sweden, and Russia.
Wow. Okay.
And it was incredible getting to perform in all of those countries, getting to meet the people. I got to work with this guy, Tommy, and now I feel so bad because his name is totally escaping me, his last name. He was on In Living Color with Jim Carrey. And he was so much fun to work with. He was just an absolute blast. I feel bad that his last name is escaping me, but you'll see him, you know who he is. Yeah, after that, I went to Italy. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Italy last year, got to perform at a magic competition over there. Got to see a lot of magic from the other countries. That was amazing to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. And what was your favorite country that really impressed you?
Estonia. Absolutely had to be Estonia. It was a country I'd never heard of, never knew anything about it. And when I went there, I found out how old it was. It was about 9,000 BC or something like that was when it was first dated, or maybe 9,000 years ago, so 7,000 BC. Either one, it's still pretty old. And the place, it felt like you were walking into a storybook. Like you would walk in and the main part of the town was a castle with like water spouts for drainage, but they were dragon heads.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was beautiful. They homemade all of they had like factories, not factories, but like, I mean, I guess they technically were factories, but small home-like factories for chocolate. And I got some of the best chocolate I've ever had.
Oh, you're making me hungry.
Blueberry bar. It was amazing. Yeah, Estonia.
Oh, you're making me hungry. I'll tell you, I got to grab some before they disappear. So, and also just a couple more things. We're here with the magician and illusionist Remy Connor here on the Mike Wagner Show. And what do you consider your most funniest moment you ever had on stage?
Oh, my God. Okay, so this is a moment that comes up fairly often where I'll say a joke that doesn't quite land. Right, where nobody in the room will laugh except for one person. And that one person is dying of laughter in the back of the room, and they can't even breathe. And actually, at the very last show that I did before everything got stopped, that had happened.
Oh, wow.
I said some joke, and the room didn't really laugh, and just this girl in the back of the room just lost it. And we had a moment together. I was laughing on stage. She was laughing in the back. Oh, it was great. It was great. It was something, the line was something about, I had the nail in my face, right? I just hammered a nail into my face. And I look at this guy on stage with me square in the eyes, and I say, "Don't pull out. You'll end the show early." and she just lost it. I have it on video. I can't wait to post the video.
I get it already. Don't pull out the show and early. I get it.
Yeah. She died. She just died. It's one of my favorite moments.
I'm using that one. Don't pull out. The show will end early. Oh, that was good. and who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Right now, my biggest influence in my career. Is that multiple answers?
You can pick or choose.
Pick or choose. All right. So I would say biggest influence in my career, magician-wise, is a guy named Delgadio. I mentioned him earlier. Personal-wise, like on a day-to-day basis, I'd say is probably my bestie, Emily. I bounce ideas off of her all the time, and she's always there to tell me when it's good and when it's bad. Mm-hmm. And I think in my day-to-day, I'd have to say my mom.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, that's just great influences. And also, I forgot to mention as well, too, or ask you, what do you have coming up for later in 2020 after the whole coronavirus is over?
So sadly to say right now, we have nothing. And I hate saying that. I'm the brother. I'll tell you, I always got something coming up. So officially on the books, public performances, everything has been put on hold. But what I will tell you, and I'm going to nod at this a little bit, I have had a bunch of things that have been on the back burner that I have been putting forward. So we've got a deck of cards that's in the works that I'm going to be releasing.
Oh, nice.
All that's coming out. We have my website is up, which is RemyConnor.com. Fairly simple. We have a video that I'm working on. I have a fabulous videographer. We just started collaborating on an idea that we're going to be filming soon. It's a little theatrical video about life as a magician, if you could really do magic.
Uh-huh.
And the last thing is going to be a book on my take on magic and performing and just life as a performer in America in the 21st century. That's what century we're in, yes.
That's very nice. That's fantastic. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point? 10,000
shows.
10,000 shows. I love it.
10,000 times, you'll be the best at it.
That's something to remember, too. It's like, I'm just at 300. I got a long way to go. Magician Remy Connor on the Mike Wagner Show. Thank you very much for your time. You've been fantastic, very inspirational. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, and where can people watch your videos, or how can they contact you to come to a party, an event, or anything special?
Or even live stream some magic, which is something we've been doing.
Oh, yes, live stream. That's right.
Live stream is where we're at these days. So I will have a deck of cards coming out. I am working on a book. The deck of cards is nothing like you've ever seen, but it's cards for every kind of card magician ever. So birthdays for kids and adults. Then you've got the book that I've been working on, just my thoughts on magic, some things I've created, and some ways I think we can make magic better. Then we've got a theatrical trailer. It's coming out. It's a little short story. So excited to work on that. And let's see, got my website, RemyConnor.com. That's pretty much how you find me anywhere, RemyConnor. You can use that on Instagram, Facebook, www, all of it. You'll find me. It's pretty simple.
Sounds great. Remy, just want to say a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. I love what you got, and looking forward to having you again soon. And do us a favor, keep us up to date. Looking forward to having you back on sometime later in 2020 and beyond. You've been fantastic.
Thanks. So have you.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.